Hi and welcome to my latest Yankee candle video. This is my first one for 2016 and my first one for a while because I've finally got some new fragrances. I've basically been cutting back quite a bit, especially on buying new fragrances because we've just got so many. But these ones were too good to resist, so I'll talk you through where they're all from and how we got them and everything else. Burning over here on the left hand side of your picture today is pink grapefruit, which let me have a lovely sniff of this. Yeah, it's not really filling the room. I've just moved it into this room. It's actually surprisingly not as overpowering as you think. You might think a grapefruit fragrance is going to be pretty strong, but pink grapefruit's a sort of light to medium throw, but it sort of gently seeps in. It's very pleasant. It's not the most complex fragrance in the world, but it's a lovely morning fragrance, and it's a very crisp wintry morning here in southern England. So anyway, on we go. 5 new candles to me, sort of, although you may spot a bit of cheating. I'll start with this one. This is Madagascan Orchid, so a bit of a cheat on this one. I think I reviewed the Out of Africa range in small jars a couple of years ago. That was in the days when Yankee Candle used to occasionally talk to me and send me the odd candle, which was really nice and I appreciated it, but nobody talks to me anymore from Yankee Candle, but there we go. Madagascan Orchid. Basically, my wife loved this one really a lot, and I bought her 2 jars for Christmas, and it's growing on me. The label is it's kind of okay, it's not the greatest thing ever. The wax colour is very nice on this one, a very deep, rich, dark purple, which is lovely, but of course it's all about the smell. Now Madagascan Orchid is complex, unlike pink grapefruit. There's a lot going on in there, and it really does grow on me, and the thing that put me off it originally, which didn't make it very, it's got a kind of sweet honeyish note. I can find that a little bit irritating in candles. There's a twist of something like honey in there, if not honey. But you strip away that, and underneath that is this lovely kind of almost powdery, slightly fizzy, floral, and it's, as I say, it's touched with this sweetness and a bit of the outdoors and everything else. I think this is in the floral range, but it's quite a fresh floral, and it's not overly sweet, it's just got that honey tinge to it. And see how we get on when we burn that one. I won't say it's my favourite of all time, but I do appreciate it a lot more than I used to, and can't knock complex Yankee candle scents. They're by far my favourite. Straight ahead ones, couldn't care less about them particularly, because you can kind of get straight ahead fragrances from anywhere. But Madagascan Orchid's got a lot going on in there. If you like your complex fragrances and a floral with a touch of fizzy kind of sweet honey on it and lots going on, Madagascan Orchid is recommended. Next one, this is an interesting one. QVC brought Summer Storm to the UK last year, but they messed up the auto deliveries, as I'm sure many of you know, and so not too many people got it. Very kindly, somebody brought me back a jar of Summer Storm from the USA, and I also managed to get another one off of eBay for a good price, so I'm quite happy to have Summer Storm. It's all about the label on this one. This was a great pair with Stormwatch, this one. This is kind of the real, you know, hot summer night version of Stormwatch, if you like. But of course it's all about the smell, and really pleased to read. Some people say it's quite light. I've never burned this one, but people whose opinion I really kind of cherish have said it's got a fantastic smell. So, and my goodness, let's have a go. Oh wow, this has got me written all over it. It's fresh, it's kind of ozony and outdoorsy, but it's got a warmth to it as well, which brings the summer into it. Bit of patchouli, bit of that old kind of hedonistic, debauched, you know, fragrance from the 60s and 70s and the hippie era. Patchouli was a big thing then. Ah, it's great. I can, yeah, really imagine burning this one on a hot summer night with the rain crashing down and maybe some Fleetwood Mac on or something like that, you know. Summer Storm, lovely, and wow, what a label. So really pleased that the fragrance is as great as the label would have you believe. And the next one, Honey Clementine. This was my Christmas present. Again, as I said, I don't buy too many new ones these days, just basically because of lack of room and stuff like that. quite a straightforward, straight ahead label, and I think what convinced me finally to plump for this one is Stephen Caulfield from Yankee QVC was raving about this and saying how it's its favourite from last year on screen, so I thought, well, if it's good enough for Stephen, it's good enough for me. And wow, yeah, it's lovely. It's that lovely, vibrant, zesty orange that Yankee Candle can do so well. And it's just got a touch of honey, because again, I thought the honey might put me off, but no. Just a touch of the sweetness and possibly a little bit, I mean, on that picture there, I'm not sure quite what honey clementine is, if it looks like a kind of cakey thing. There's a hint of baking in there. But it's lovely, it feels like it's going to be quite strong, this one. Really nice and zesty and, you know, fruity with a bit of sweet and a lovely coloured wax on this one, so I'm hoping I'm going to like that one a lot. Macaroon treats. Now this is an interesting one. I don't normally like foodie fragrances very much, but had a sniff of this one and I thought, oh yeah, that's a bit different. And the more I've sniffed it, the more I've liked it, and we finally managed to find one in the post-Christmas sales, and wow, it's great, and I'll tell you why. Again, to me the label's nothing special. Somebody posted on our Team Yankee Facebook group yesterday, they got some actual macaroon that looked just like that, and they said they were pretty disgusting flavour-wise. So I'm not going to go as to how authentic they are. The candle's not disgusting. Ah, it's lovely. Do you know what this really reminds me of? And it's somebody again that tipped me off to this. It's popcorn. So for movies and stuff like this, Macaroon treats, despite what it shows you on the label, is going to be fantastic. It's got a touch of the biscuit about it, a touch of the Christmas cookie, snowflake cookie, that kind of thing. But wow, it smells like hot buttered popcorn, and that's not a bad thing in my book. For those of you that have always craved a rare Yankee Candle called Movie Night, or have had it and it's running out, I'm led to believe this isn't a million miles away from it. It's so buttery, it's so popcorny, it's a great movie candle for this one. You know, stick it on with your favourite movie, pretend you're at the cinema. Macaroon treats. I like it. And last, but by no means least, brand new. Actually, before I say that, and I should have said when these released, Madagascan Orchid came out summer, autumn of 2015. Summer Storm was USA for the summer of last year. I'm not sure if it's still available in the USA. I think they may have retired it after just one season. Honey Clementine was new for the autumn of 2016. Macaroon Treats was new for Christmas 2016, just gone. Peach and Lavender, interesting story on this one. Nobody had ever really heard of this one, and it came as a treasure fragrance to the USA last year. Treasure fragrance means only in a large jar, something from the Yankee Candle archives, and they bring it back for a very limited period of time in large jar only. We get those in special appearances over here, but very, very, very rarely, if ever, can I remember Yankee Candle Europe bringing US treasure fragrances as special appearances or treasure fragrances to the UK. So it's around for a very short period of time, just come out in January. I always like the look of this from the Americans when they got it for their limited period of time, and just thought, well, the lavender mixes like lavender vanilla, lemon lavender, can't think of the others, French lavender, all the lavender ones are kind of great, especially when they mix them with something. Peach, Yankee Candle's a bit hit or miss with peach in my opinion, but wow, this one. Ah, it's funny, it's fresh not fruit in category wise, and that's what it is. If you can imagine the freshness of French lavender infused with some lovely ripe summer peaches on the branch. Not that I've ever come across peaches on the branch, but I can imagine how they'd smell. So it's probably 80% peach, but with a infusion of lavender wafting through it, and a lovely bit of outdoors. Really, really like it. I think it's going to be amazing to burn. I'm really glad, and thank you Yankee Candle for bringing this one to the UK. I just had to get 2 jars of this one, even though I'm not buying any Yankee Candle jars at the moment. So, really pleased with all 5 of these, and looking forward to burning them, and hopefully you'll see them on my blog. Next blog for me will be towards the end of the month. I'll have a roundup of all my January burns and stuff. In the meantime, please come and chat to me and everybody else on Team Yankee on Facebook. We have great fun on there. And thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Cheers.